I think this is the first pod where I'm like in quite a tight dress. So I'm like being careful that you can't see up me. Can't see me moon.
Hang on, wait. Nun check. You're fine, you're good. You passed the nun test. Well done.
Thank you. I always pass the nun test. Greetings and welcome to Hot House Drag. May we please remind you that this episode could contain strong language and adult themes. So, if that's going to be an issue for you, may we kindly suggest that you off immediately. And now, please welcome your host, the UK's nuclear bombshell of drag and Hot House CEO, Kenz Blackheart. Hello and welcome to the HotCast, the official Hot House Drag podcast, as lovingly displayed by my guest today.
Ah.
I am your host, Kenz Blackheart, and joining me on my sofa today, he is without a doubt one of the most iconic drag kings in Essex.
Yeah.
It's true. He's a Hot House OG, and since then he has been working, slaving away, I suppose, really.
Moderately, yeah.
Yeah. It's Joey Bambino, everyone.
Hello. Me, yeah.
Give it up for yourself.
Yeah, me.
How are you, my love?
I'm good. I'm doing really good. How are you doing, darling?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Good, nice.
Just to explain for those of you out there that will not get the reference at all, the reason I'm dressed like Lady Gaga today is because the first technical time that we met was Southend Virtual Pride during lockdown.
Pride. Yep.
And I did a 15-minute Gaga mix.
You did.
Because that's literally all I had in my wheelhouse at the time.
And I was obsessed because your backing dancers were just mannequin heads everywhere.
Yeah, it was very, very homegrown. It was, I mean, for COVID, it had to be.
Yeah.
But it was just me dancing in the dining room, which is literally just over there.
Oh, yeah, and you have that curtain up.
Yeah.
I was like, could this be like an abandoned Debenhams or something with these mannequin heads about?
I mean, it very well could have been.
Yeah.
But there was like an old keyboard, and I mean, I went for it.
Oh, it was great. And do you know what my favourite thing as well is where the curtain was, you then just had like a slither of the kitchen, and I feel like every so often could just see your mum kind of like dipping it and then be like, oh, no, I'm in shop. It's great.
Oh, he's still dancing. Oh, fuck it, I've got to get dinner on.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, all good, all thriving, and
yeah,
nothing to really complain about.
I mean, complain about trauma, I guess. No, like
we'll get onto that later in the episode. It's fine.
No, like just generally doing pretty well at the moment.
That's good.
Yeah,
I'm glad to hear it. Very glad to hear it. So let's go right back to the start.
Yep.
A wonderful place to start. However,
obviously, thank you, Maria, for that.
I was about to say whatever Julie Andrews says. I'm not that much of a theatre gay.
No, musical theatre gay all the way over here. So
yeah. Again, we'll get onto that a little bit later. But so what? Actually, to be fair, it's a good segue. What came first for you, musical theatre or drag? Musical
theatre, definitely.
Right.
Been sort of doing musical theatre since I was a little kiddo.
Yeah.
Yeah, drag was about, what year are we now? 2025?
2025, yeah.
So, like, I want to say maybe like 8 or 9 years ago, something like that. So, relatively new in the theatre aspect, I guess.
Yes, yeah.
But, to be fair, even when I was doing musical theatre before, like when I was a kid, quite often I'd be the boy part. So technically, I guess I was always doing drag in a way.
Well, yeah. It's a bit of a gateway drug, though, isn't it, really?
Absolutely.
Just sort of, I start off doing the different gender roles that the other people don't want to do. I'll be the one to own up and do them. It's fine. Yeah. And then it just progresses into this. So
it's funny that, like, even as a teenager, my drama teacher would be like, each time be like, would you be okay being a boy? And I'm like, oh, if I have to. Oh, that's
if I have to. It's not like it's my calling or anything.
Absolutely not,
no. And then when did that eventually progress into Joey?
So, I was, as a typical I was a massive fan of Drag Race, and was like, surely this is a thing that, like, masculine people do. And then got on the old Goggle and found sort of a lot of drag kings on there. I was like, yeah, all right, I'm going to give this a go.
Yeah.
And I've always been like even now, I would label myself more as a comedian first.
Yes.
And so I wanted to use it originally. The idea, it's one of those you almost regret your drag name in a way, because at the time I wanted to create this like Mr. Ripley meets Mr. Bean kind of mime, stupid character. So that's where like Joey Bambino came from, because I was like, it's a bit Italian, like Talented Mr. Ripley's one of my favourite films. So I was like, go down that route. So I did what most UK drag kings do, and I went to Man Up competition.
Yeah.
So a lot of baby drags enter there. And I didn't go through to the next heat, but I met a lot of people like Adam All and Frankie Sinatra, and I kind of got in with a couple of people. We made like a little drag boy band, if you will. So we started getting gigs sort of quite quickly after that, and then sort of just ran from there, really.
Wow.
But with my musical theatre background, I used to sing loads.
Yes.
And I kind of found I wasn't quite figuring out what I wanted to be in drag. I feel like a lot of the time you as a king, you feel like you have to take your clothes off.
Yeah.
So I felt like I was copying other people, and then was like, actually, why don't I try and incorporate the singing side? And then, Joey became more vocal. And I think everyone in their early drag career, you spend a bit of time figuring out like your thing.
Yes. Yeah, very much.
Yeah, so it probably took me maybe about just under a year to kind of find my little streamline.
It's not bad, to be fair.
Yeah, like, I mean, my performance definitely formed at that point. The makeup, I feel like, is still on the way to getting somewhere fairly decent, but
I think that's the same for every drag performer, though, especially those that started at a much earlier few years ago. It wasn't that long ago, really, I don't think. I think it's maybe there was like all of a sudden a click, and then all of a sudden you get these thousands of makeup tutorials, and that's why all these kids today are just streaming through doing drag.
Yeah.
Whereas most likely for the likes of you and I, because I probably started around the same time, it was like, right, you've got one good tutorial and you've got the basic bog standard makeup from Boots to go and play with.
Yeah.
Good luck. That's kind of what it was. And I imagine it was much harder as well being a king, because, again, unfortunately, it's the way that the industry is, especially in drag. There isn't as much resource out there for kings. Not that I've particularly seen or heard from others' experiences.
I think that there is stuff out there. I mean, I've got the attention span of like a gnat on cocaine. Like, I've got none of it, and I'm not a massive social media user.
No.
As my Instagram will show, I do like a yearly post to go, still alive, by the way.
Please don't deactivate
still here,
me.
Yeah. But I sort of, never really got on like the makeup craze, and I've got a very like literal brain.
Yes.
So I think I was always like, well, masculine means I have to just look like a man. Whereas a lot of drag kings, it's very kind of, there is like a drag queen influence in their makeup.
Yeah.
And out of drag, in drag, I've never really given a shit what I look like.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, being not in drag right now, I probably look the same as if I got a face full of makeup. Like, it's just, it's not good.
Yeah.
But I've never cared so much about that side. For me, it's about the performance and the comedy and that. So I don't give a shit what I look like when I'm up there.
To be fair, I massively respect that, because, again, I feel like that's something that's almost dying in a way. A lot of people today put look first.
Yeah.
And then they worry about the performance.
Yeah.
No, bring something to the stage. If you're going to call yourself a performer, perform.
I always say, like, flowers are pretty, but like, I'm not going to fuck a carnation. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a thing of like, beauty is nice, but like, something else has to be the attractive part of that performance.
Amen.
Yeah.
Something a bit with substance behind it.
Yeah.
That's what we all want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like when I'm in a drag lineup, or like in a sort of a night of performers, people will get complimented on their looks, and it's very like, it's like work and all that. But people will remember what I've done, because they're like, "What? How the fuck did you come up with that?" And it's funny, and
it's so literally so true. And I'm not even blowing smoke up your ass, but
I mean, blow away if you want. Right?
Well, maybe later. That'll be an exclusive for the Patreon. We don't have one, but we're going to set one up just for that.
Yeah.
No, literally, case in point, Jake, from the first moments that he saw you perform live, he was obsessed with your performances,
Well,
and
he
it's the same for so many people that I do notice just gravitate towards what you do as a performer. So, I mean, kudos to you for that. And also, it's funny you say that you feel like you don't have much of a difference between out of drag and in drag, because literally talking to Mama Blackheart, I was like, oh, Joey's not going to be in drag, so I won't be in drag for this episode. And she was like, well, first of all, you'll regret it. It's your show. You'll regret it otherwise.
You do the fuck you want. Like.
Exactly. I shall. I always have. And she also said, to be fair, there's not a massive difference between Joey and Lewis. And I think that is also a compliment to you on how, I don't want to say how well your transition has gone, but because obviously everyone's gone their own journey.
Yeah.
There's no problem with that. But yeah, it's good to see that you're fully realised.
Yeah.
Now.
I do think there is a difference in terms of, like, as a person, I'm quite introverted and I don't go to a lot of things. I feel bad. It feels like I'm not supporting these venues, but it's more, I'm actually really uncomfortable in a room full of people. I find the noise overwhelming. Like, I just generally find it very stressful. Whereas when I'm being Joey, I'm more of a dickhead version of myself, which is hard to do because I'm a massive dickhead in the first place. Like, don't know how I reach a new level of dickheadiness, but I get there.
We find the bar, we go beyond it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. And so it is a character.
Yes.
Then I sometimes do feel like I'm the worst for... I talk to people at gigs, and it's because you're in gig mode and, like, performing mode, I'm so bad at remembering people's names. Like... no idea half the time, to the point where there's a guy, this is years ago, so I don't give a shit about talking about it. There's a guy that when I was performing regularly in Southend, I genuinely didn't recognise him coming to the gigs, and he turned up at Winter Pride with an invitation to his 30th birthday party. And I had to be like, oh my God, thank you so much. Paul, not his name because I'm still terrified. But yeah, I was like, thank you so much. Paul, yeah, of course I remember you.
How could I forget? Yeah,
absolutely.
We did the thing together.
Yeah, and the thing and the place. Yeah.
Things, places, nouns.
Yeah. Whack a verb in there, why not? You know?
Yeah, exactly. Adjective, why not?
Right, posh fuck.
I know. Who am I? Gaga today. So, like you say, you do also think of yourself as a comedian first.
Yeah.
Am I right in thinking that it's not solely just drag gigs that you've done? You have also done comedy.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done a couple of like stand-up things here and there. I do a lot of I like comedy writing.
Yes.
My best mate, she as part of her course she had to do some creative writing tasks, and she's very talented, so it's not saying like anything against her. But when it came to the sort of, she wanted to write these like little comedy stories and skits, and I'd be like, right, what are your characters? What type are they? And I remember there was one, she was like, I've got these two friends, I want it to be a little bit like in-betweeners, and they're having a conversation. I can't remember what the conversation was now, but I was like, right, cool, give me 10 minutes. And I wrote this weird sketch, and it's like, one of them is trying to tell a story, and the other one was like the Neil character in In-Betweeners that's just like latching onto stupid things. I just remember there being a thing about like, he was like, oh, I could get in touch with my uncle, but like when you meet him in public, like goes onto a story and then he's like, but that's why he's banned from McDonald's. And like, just like, it was really stupid jokes. And anything like that. I actually wrote a pilot for a sitcom that I submitted to like a BBC competition years ago.
Yeah.
Based on this like lesbian couple that are trying to adopt. They're trying to have a baby, and it's like about... there was like an episode that I was planning on writing where it's like they break into a sperm bank and then they end up like having to hide in a cupboard.
Yeah. And
someone comes in to like deposit their sperm, and it's just this thing. I like these two lesbians like hearing this man orgasm. Like really stupid thing.
I love that.
And then I got rejected and went, oh, I'm never gonna do that again. Can't bothered.
Yeah.
So,
but would you ever do more writing like that? Is that maybe something that's in your cards in the future, maybe?
I would love to. I have some kind of mental health conditions and stuff that, like, I feel like I have a limit with stuff. And it's not like putting a stopgap. It's more of a, like, realistically, like, this is how I have to manage my conditions. Yeah. So it's a thing I couldn't... As much as I'd love to do something like working in London and having all those long hours in that creative field, mentally I suffer for that. So I like to put that into, like, my own art in a more manageable way. So yeah,
Yeah. No, and to be fair, that's what your art's there for. If you can't put all your trauma and all your mental health shit into it, what can you put into it? So exactly. Yeah, I love to do that. So at what point did, obviously because you started to do like you did like Man Up and that.
Yeah.
When really did that sort of branch out? Because I know that you did a load of other really cool things, such as going out to America, and when did that sort of really start to flourish for you?
So the America thing, there was, for a short amount of time, I think I was on the second series, it was somebody based in Arizona who essentially wanted there to be a version of Drag Race that was for kings. So it was a competition called King Me, Rise of a Drag King. And it was very, like, we didn't realise going into it how, like, slapdash put together it was. It was literally, it turned out once I actually won the prize, it was actually just someone, like, out of their wages, like, putting it all together. And I actually, it got a bit uncomfortable after that point, because I was like, I don't know if I'd put this much into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was like there was weekly challenges, and you'd essentially have to like film like sort of behind the scenes moments of you creating your performance and all your stuff. And yeah, essentially like a Drag Race thing, you would submit your entry. They'd have guest judges. You'd have your tops and the bottoms, and then someone would go. There wasn't like a lip sync for your life style thing. It would just be these are in the bottom, and then here's some discussion. That's who's out. So there was things like there was like a was it like some kind of like rock star challenge you had to do? So you had to do a look based on a rock star, and make a music video. And so I did Tenacious D. So I was like Jack Black, and I made a little like bald. It looked more like Captain Picard from like Star Trek. It was meant to be my Kyle, and I made him like a little cardboard guitar.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so I did tribute, or like for Snatch Game I did Harry Potter. But he just kept coming up with like stupid chat up lines. I can't remember. There was one about like I can't even remember them now. But there was one about like I might not be a basilisk, but I'll slither into your. No. I might not be Draco, but I'll slither into you anytime. Like just stupid chat up lines. Yeah.
I was going to say probably wouldn't do that as much nowadays, but to be fair, it's probably nothing more punk rock than as a trans performer parodying Harry Potter, I think, because that is really going to piss her off.
Yeah, I mean, at the time, we weren't aware of just how harmful she was. So
it was a while ago.
Different time that we'll wish for again.
Yes.
No, we don't like to hide horrible people, but they should be exposed, really.
Amen.
But yeah, somehow, I don't know how, but I managed to win it. And so, yeah, part of the prize was, so I did 6 weeks in America. But again, they advertised it as like this big like tour that you do, and the final part of it was a headline slot at Austin International Drag Fest.
Yes.
But it was literally like, they paid for my flights, which was amazing. And then when we got out there, all the gigs were like free, and we were just living off tips. And so that was that was interesting. But, it was great. I think we only had 1 day off the whole time we were there, because my friend Max Ryder, who came second, was like, do you know what, I'm going to come with you. So split the cost of a hire car, and we were just driving up and down America. Max looks are incredible. So Max got some more high profile gigs. I've got a story to tell you, actually. Landon Cider, probably the most famous drag king, hates me. Absolutely hates me. And I blame Max still to this day.
Are you happy to talk about that
story? Yeah, I mean, go for it. I don't care.
Buckle in, kids.
Give him more reason to hate me. So,
because of course Landon Cider is watching.
Oh, obviously, yes, absolutely. And Landon is incredible at what he does.
Amen.
Like complete top tier drag king. And I've got nothing for respect. I feel awkward around him now. So I don't bump into him at the co-op. Do you know what I mean?
No, exactly.
It's one of those when you're like 3 a.m. and you can't sleep, and you're like, oh god, remember this happening?
Why did I do that?
Yeah, but like I said, Max is more of a look king, and that's not to downplay like their work. Incredible, it's just fantastic. Yeah. And where their looks are way more advanced than mine, over there for like the kind of big famous like Hamburger Mary's gigs and stuff like that, there is a lot of focus on the look.
Yes.
And it's sort of the going around lip syncing one song, which that's not me. I don't do that.
No.
And so Max had got booked for a couple of the like big California Hamburger Mary's gigs, and I think I messaged Landon, got ignored. Fine, I thought that would happen. And then when we were over there, we were at the first Hamburger Mary's gig, and we're talking to Landon, and Max was like, "So Landon, do you ever book singers?" And I was like, "Yeah." And it's like, because Joey can sing, and I just shot Max this look. I was like, "Shut the fuck up! Shut up! Shut up!" Yep. And we got back in the car. I was like, "Don't do that! Don't ever do that to me again." And then we went to the second one, and I had a friend that was studying, so from Southend, was studying in California. So we like crashed in his dorm room. But obviously over there, the drinking age is 21. Joe's 19.
Oh, God, yeah.
And was like, "Don't worry, I've got like a really good fake ID. Like, we'll definitely get in, blah, blah, blah." And so we get to the gig. They have these like really advanced scanners. Comes up that it's fake. So Joe goes off. And so I go in on my own. And I go to the backstage area. And Max is like, "Where's your friend?" And I like, Landon's there. And I was really quietly was like, "My fake ID didn't work." Max was like, "Oh, so your friend with the fake ID didn't get in?" And Landon just stared at me. And again, I was like, "Max, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Why are you embarrassing me like this?"
Oh, God.
And then I ended up sitting with like the wags, I guess.
Yeah.
And again, we were living off tips. Like, no money to my name. And over there, it's very tip culture. It is very
Yes,
like you
very.
go around, and it's incredible as a performer being like, "I'm just gonna grab money off you, all right, fine."
Yeah.
Feels like loads, but you end up with like $20 because they're all ones.
No, exactly. I imagine that's also a bit of a culture shock going from the UK style of performing,
Yeah.
where we actually have to perform because we've already, well, not already gotten the paycheck, but it's been agreed, so we've got to perform for it. But over there, a lot of the time, it's just that is how you make your living.
Yeah.
So it's right, just play any old random song. I'll go around, collect the tips.
Yeah.
I feel like that is anyone that's gone from the UK to America, and most likely vice versa, that is such a massive culture shock within the drag scene.
I remember like one of the acts that Max did, it was that song, I Want to Fuck You Like an Animal. Is it 9 Inch Nails?
Yes. Closer, 9 Inch Nails?
I think so, something like that. And they're dressed as like this sort of little spider hybrid thing they'd made, but literally cannot see because they were like baubles spray painted.
What?
And so where you're meant to walk around, they were a bit like, "So we've got a king from the UK. He can't actually see you, so we're gonna put a bucket here, so if you can just like bring your tips down to the front." And it was just really weird.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so we're at this gig and Landon's going around performing, and the kind of thing is like they stop, they might dance, and then it's like you give your money.
Yeah.
And so Landon was there. And I awkwardly paused because I was literally like, I've got like $5 to my name at this point. And so there's like moments of nothing. And then I kind of slowly pulled out $1. And Landon literally just went to me and walked away. And I was like, okay, I'm leaving the country.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So that's fun. So me and Landon, great bros.
Yeah.
That's great.
Brosies.
And then I brought this up to Adam All once because he was doing something like, I think Landon was going to come over or something, and me and Adam were really close for a little while. And I told him the story, and he was like, "No, I'll smooth it over." And I was like, "No, everyone shut the fuck up. Stop trying to fix this. Just accept we're not friends." Like,
oh, God.
So, yeah, I don't know if that conversation ever came to light. I don't know. So
That's for the universe to know somehow.
But no, it's crazy over there.
Yeah.
And like a lot of my acts, so I haven't done it in years, but I used to do like a literal lip sync to Bring It All Back to You, S Club 7.
Yeah.
They don't know who the fuck S Club 7 are.
No.
Like, went over their heads. Or like even in my Hannibal act, I've got a Blue Peter reference. They're just looking like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
So I kind of abandoned all of my funny stuff and was like, well, I can sing, or I could sing at that point. Testosterone got in the fucking way of that. But so I was like, I'm just going to sing like the hardest songs that I can and go around collecting some dollar. So that's kind of
make
how
it
I got
easy for
through
yourself.
it. Yeah. But it was a great experience. Like, I'd never been to America. I don't know if I'd want to go back to certain areas. They like their guns.
Yes.
That's fun.
So we hear over here, to be fair.
It's so weird. I was filming a little Instagram story because I actually bothered with Instagram at that point.
Yeah.
And I thought it'd be really funny just being like, I'm in the sporting section. There's the tennis rackets. There's your baseball bats. There's your AK-47s. And like, but then was a bit like, oh, actually, no, this is actually really scary.
Yeah.
Or like, I remember being in California and I wasn't out at this point. I don't think I'd quite done the trans alert thing.
Right. Yeah.
So it's just quite neutrally dressed, and
Yeah.
I remember going towards these toilets, and there was a security guard with a rifle like in the middle of, so you got like male one side, female the other, and I'm just slowly walking, being like, what way will I not get shot? I don't know, I just want to
Oh my
wee.
God.
And I got really close and then just ran away. I was like, no, I'll wait till we're in
Yeah.
another venue where there's no guns, please.
Oh, Jesus.
So yeah, that's
And that was years ago, and that wasn't even...
2017, that was.
So would that... I don't think that would have been when the orange-faced dictator was in.
No.
No. Wow.
I don't think so. Yeah, it's just it's weird.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
So. But I met some great people over there. Like there's a few of them that I still keep in contact with now.
Yeah.
Like I said, we were mainly in Arizona. We were based in Tucson the time we were there, and then we'd go into Phoenix quite a lot. So yeah, like it was a great experience, and I was so lucky to have Max there because me and Max are still really good friends to this day. So it's really lovely sharing it with someone else.
Yeah. Shout out to Max Ryder.
Max Ryder, absolute legend.
What would you say your favourite state was that you visited?
We didn't go to many. Like it was mainly so Arizona, California, and Texas.
Yeah.
Driving through Texas, it is literally like the KFC looking dudes like on a rocking chair on the porch, like just sort of casually polishing a shotgun. It is very, some areas were like that.
Oh, wow.
Just driving through, like just don't let the queers look, like just bob down a bit.
So you was fully like Tu Wong Fu over there, just...
I don't get that reference.
Okay.
But I'm sure it was very amusing. So
it's an incredible movie. If no one has seen it out there, you should do, especially if you're a fan of drag.
Mm-hmm.
It's Patrick Swayze. It's Wesley Snipes, and it's, I want to say like John Galileo.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can never remember his last name. God bless him. He's the guy that voices Puss in Boots.
Oh,
I
Antonio
think.
Banderas.
No, I'm again thinking of someone else. Then.
Lying, cool, good,
yeah.
Great. Have you been a liar for long, or is that just no? This is a new thing.
No, I never lie. This is my real hair. And the movie is basically the Patrick Swayze's character and Wesley Snipes' character.
Yeah.
They both get crowned for like the highest like drag pageant honor or something.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to go from like one side of the US to the other, and they go, well, you know, we don't have enough for the train or plane or anything, so we'll hire a car. So it's like a road trip movie. There we go, John Leguizamo.
Oh,
thank you.
He is in Romeo plus Juliet.
Yes.
He is Tybalt in that. There you go, Shakespeare.
There we go.
I sounded smart. That's the only smart thing I'm going to say in my life.
And he plays Chi-Chi, and Chi-Chi's like a bit of a down on their luck drag queen, so they bring her along as well for the journey. Eventually they get to must be middle America, car breaks down, and so they are in desert town, USA, but the desert town are very welcoming, and they flourish, and they all have this marvelous time. They nearly kill a cop who wants then to kill the drag queens. It's a whole caper, but would definitely recommend if no one has seen it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So the sort of drag festival was in Austin, Texas, and Austin is very liberal.
Yes.
So that area was great, and it was really lovely. That it was mainly at this hotel, but then sort of in the evenings there was a bunch of bars that had different drag shows going on. So you kind of would have different slots at you're going way into I think I had 2 slots and I was part of Snatch Game at the hotel, and then I had 2 gigs in the bars. So I think one of them was 11 o'clock at night, the other one was 1 in the morning.
Wow.
So yeah, that was I really enjoyed it in Austin. But I mean, you forget how you never realise, America's big, but until you're there, you're talking from Arizona to California, it's 9.5 hour drives.
Yeah.
And then from Arizona to Austin, Texas was a 15-hour drive. It's insane. Whereas Mexico was only a 40-minute drive down the road. That was fun. So we went to Mexico on our day off.
Fair enough. Yeah. Why not?
That was, an interesting experience, but...
I can imagine.
Yeah. But no, yeah, I'm really glad I got to do it. Just for the stories, if anything. Yeah,
I mean, that's why you're here, just to tell the stories.
Pretty much,
yeah. And you also sort of you know, if you're happy to talk about it, touched on your transition.
Yes.
So for those sort of out there that would be maybe going through those sort of thoughts themselves,
Yeah.
what sort of advice would you give to someone who is going through that early mindset as such?
I think just keep communication as much as you can, really. I
Yeah.
think voice it. Don't be afraid to voice it. As well, don't know if it's a bit controversial, there needs to be some understanding that I think a lot of the time people will come out and maybe people's reactions to that aren't what is expected.
Yes.
And I think especially in a family environment, actually a friend of mine recently who grew up in another country and her family's still out there, and a family, like a young family member has recently come out as non-binary, and she was asking my advice because she was like, we don't really know how to respond to it. Like her sister was really struggling with it.
Yeah.
And so we had a deep conversation about it. And like, I think people have to realise although it might be something you've sat with for a long time, this is something they're only just hearing.
Exactly, yeah.
And they've got to process it. And don't get me wrong, people are going to be absolute arseholes about it, absolutely. But you have to remember that's a them problem.
Exactly.
So there has to be that understanding to work with them in terms of reaffirming, getting them involved in that conversation. Like my parents have been absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Where one of my conditions is bipolar.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes my family were a little bit used to me kind of being like, this is my thing now, and them going, okay, then fine. And so it was something I wanted to reaffirm, you know, over a long period of time. It was this is happening.
Yeah.
And one of the ways that I think me and mum really kind of cemented and kind of, like I said, when I say accepting, that's not the right, like she's always been really understanding about it all. But in terms of like affirming it properly, something that's really important to me was I got her involved when I chose my name.
Yeah.
I asked her what she would have called me. The first two she told me, I was like, absolutely not, hate them. And then she was like, well, one of the names we thought about was Lewis. And I chose my middle name is named after her dad. And I think having her involved in that really helped.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think it's just being able to have that communication, being understanding that some people, they're mourning parents especially, they're mourning who they thought you were going to be.
No, exactly.
You know, they've watched you as a child grow up, they've had all these expectations for you. And so they need time to process that. And just having that understanding and realising that it's not anger towards you, or like upset towards you, it's their process. As much as it's a process for you, it's a process for them as
100%.
well. So there needs to be some kindness on both sides, really. Yeah. So yeah, I think that would be my advice, is you're doing it for you.
Yeah, 100%.
If other people have got a problem, that's a them problem. There's a couple of family members that I don't speak to now that had an issue with it. Were very vocal about having an issue. And actually, by me and my mindset going, that's a them problem, I was okay with it.
Yeah, exactly.
I lost a couple of friends through it, but again, that's a them problem. And if they aren't willing to accept you, like my friends that knew me before and know me now know how much happier I am as a human, and they respect that. And because they love me, really happy for me that's, you know.
No, exactly. And if they genuinely did care about you as a friend or a family member, whatever.
Yeah.
As long as you're happy, surely that's all they should care about.
Yeah.
So
you should never edit yourself for anyone else, and I think that's not even a trans thing. That's a a sexuality thing. That's a human thing in general.
Yeah. No, exactly. And to be fair, even the thing about mourning as a parent, mourning what you thought your child was going to be, it's the same as well for gay people.
Yeah.
You know, because the moment you're born, obviously there's the heteronormative narrative thrust upon all of us, as is society. So
sorry, I feel like I'm some kind of like dashing or something. Trying to like rearrange my legs are numb. It's a problem when you got really short legs. You're just always like, I don't know where to put them.
It's amazing we let him on the sofa. To be fair, normally we don't. So
down boy.
But no, it's obviously. So then it's sort of the moment that you're born. It's like, oh, he's going to grow up and have a wife and kids, and then the moment that you come out as gay, or and however you identify, that does shatter a certain image for people.
Yeah.
So it is just giving people time to process things on their half, as much as it's allowing your self-grace to come to terms with
Yeah.
stuff. So
Yeah. Like I've got a family member who, it took a little while, and they were basically like, "Look, I love you. I need a bit of space to process this."
Yeah.
And although it hurt a little bit, I was like, "That's fine. That's their journey." And actually, they work in education, and now they're the champion for anything sort of diversity wise. And it's really lovely that it's like we've had lots of conversations about stuff,
yeah,
but a lot of the stuff that she kind of talks about is stuff that she's researched on her own, and it's really nice that she's not only kind of, she'll come to me about some things, but a lot of the time she's actually progressed on herself and is like a true ally. It's not just like what should I think? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. To actually go out your way and take your own time to research it and understand it better is very, very noble and applaudable.
Very noble. Well done. Well done.
Very noble.
Ye old noble folk.
My liege. And also, again, if I'm right in thinking that with your transition, just for, again, those that might be wanting to, that might be sort of at the early throes of looking at going through the process, am I right in thinking that a lot of yours was through the NHS?
Yes.
What sort of, again, advice or anything would you say to people going through that? Because I'm sure it's no secret that we live in very tumultuous times politically, so there's all sorts of, yes, you can do this, and then the next second it's, no, you can't do this.
Yeah.
Is there any sort of particular advice or anything that you would give to people regarding going through something like the NHS?
I think biggest thing is you have to be your own champion.
Yeah.
You have to be able to stand up for yourself in situations. I've had numerous, I've had loads of great doctors. I've had numerous awful experiences. I think you have to be calm in how you approach it.
Yeah.
It's the same, like when you've got a problem with your phone or something, and you're like, the call center's like the 20th person you've spoken to, and you want to scream at them, but it's not that person's fault. It's the system.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? So the moment you get like, whoa, you've lost your argument.
Yeah.
And I remember at my old doctor's, so you can, once you've been referred, you can get a new NHS number. Mm-hmm. So essentially it's like to kind of not hide yourself, but it's essentially like to kind of help the stealth. And my old doctor's surgery just kept refusing to do it. And they kept being like, no, because you need to do smear tests, we just can't do that. And I was like, I know my rights.
Exactly.
No, thank you. And I kept on and on and on. And eventually I had a meeting with the practice manager. And when I'm being like, right, you're not doing this, these are all things that you're meant to be doing. She's just like, you're just such a trailblazer. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. I'm amazing. But can we focus on X, Y, Z?
Yeah, exactly.
I had one doctor. Again, because of my mental health conditions, I have a consultant specialist that I have to check in with. And I had one person, I think my person had retired, so I had a new person. And we were talking about my conditions. Obviously, I'm trans as well, but we're talking about these conditions.
Yeah.
And he interrupted me at quite a fundamental point in the conversation. Just went, yeah. So, have you ever continued being female, or have you always been a cross-dresser? It's like a medical professional. Yeah, I know. And then this was a video call as well.
Oh, Jesus.
And I kind of put, I mean, I wouldn't quite call it cross-dressing.
Yeah.
I'm a man. Can we just skip past this bit? And then he continued talking, and I obviously went quite quiet. And he was baffled and thought it was rude that I'd gone quiet. And he was like, well, it's like, I'm noticing you're being a bit short with me. Like, yeah, here I am.
Amen.
Shorter than I am normally. Do you know what I mean? And he went, well, what's the problem? And I went, well, funnily enough, I take a bit of issue with being called a cross-dresser.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, that's what you're doing, isn't it? And I was like, this is disgusting. And then I was like, I'm ending the session.
Yeah.
Called the centre straight away and was like, this is what's just happened. And even the woman on the phone started being like, miss, I'm so sorry. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, right, what have you got written in front of you, Lewis? Yeah. And what's that before Lewis, mister? So
Context
what point
clues.
Have you just gone, I'm not going to read it. No, I'm just going to keep going, miss, even though I'm listening to what your argument is. And it was insane. And then I ended up getting the text message through NHS with him just being like, I feel it best that we don't see each other again.
You think?
Yeah. And I was like, it's not a bad date or something. Like, what? Like, it just baffled my mind.
Wow.
But, like, there are good people out there.
Yeah.
That, like I said, you have to be your own champion. You have to kind of push through stuff. The wait times are a bastard.
Mm-hmm.
I was very lucky during my transition while I was still waiting. So this is one thing, also advice as well. If you are going to go private, do your research.
Amen.
Because I went with, I don't care about naming them. There is a company called Gender GP that, because I was frustrated with the wait time, I tried to go on testosterone privately. And to the point where, like, the woman that runs it, she's actually lost her license in this country, so they keep, like, moving places in Europe and trying to get around rules of how they do it.
Yeah.
Because it was the cheapest option. And they're not doing any, like, mental check-ins with you. They're literally just like, here's some gel, put that on.
Yeah.
And, you know, and it's expensive.
Amen.
And so I was sort of I was only taking it, like, a little bit because I just couldn't afford it. And I was lucky about so I got referred in 2018. And then it was after lockdown. I was doing a show. It was my first show with LTC that I'm with.
Yes.
And literally the week of the show, I remember being in the courtyard and I got this phone call and they were like, "Oh, we're a pilot scheme, East of England Gender Service." They're like, they're like mini GICs. If you don't know what that is, Gender Identity Clinic. That's who you get referred to. The idea is they're mini GICs run by nurses. Okay. So they'll do all the initial stuff. And then they work with a main GIC, so you'll see a doctor eventually.
Right, got you.
So it's a way to streamline the process. And the government have given a bit of funding, so I think there was 2 centres.
Yeah.
And one of them, I fell into, like, the category of, like, suitable candidates.
Yeah. And
I was one of the. When I say one of the first, wasn't like, what number in the queue am I?
Patient zero.
Yeah, but they were basically like, if you like transfer over to us instead of the London clinic, then you'll get seen quicker. Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Cool. So your first appointment will be next week. I was like, okay, amazing.
0 to 100.
Yeah. And so then I was, like, under them, like, with my official diagnosis and on injections within about 2 months, and then had my first top surgery consultation like 2 months after that. So it just sped, which was amazing. And then I think it only took about another year or 2 before I had my surgery. So, like, I'm lucky that I fell within that category.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was very lucky. But like I said, sorry, I rambled. But yeah, in terms of advice, be your own champion, stick up for yourself, and just reaffirm, I guess.
Yeah. Do whatever makes you happy to be within your own body.
Yeah.
And within your own self.
Yeah.
Because that's when you're going to flourish your most.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just do whatever makes you happy at the end of the day.
And you are going to get hard times. There's going to be times where, even now, I can look in a mirror and go, "Oh, you look too feminine."
Yeah.
You will get those times, but you have to just tell yourself that will pass.
Yeah.
You have to remind yourself you are a man, or the other way around. You know, whatever your trans journey is.
Yeah.
And try and find that reaffirmation within yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
No, absolutely.
Yes.
And again, not. Tell me if you'd rather not again talk about any of this, but I do know some of the stories about complications that you had when you did finally have your top surgery.
Yeah.
Again, you know, what for anyone out there that is maybe going through the same thing or scared, what could you impart to someone that's...
I'm happy to talk about it because I felt so much guilt. So I really struggled after my top surgery.
Right.
And it was multiple layers. First of all, I'm just a wimp when it comes to pain. Like, anything. You take a plaster off, I'm like, oh no, I need to go to the hospital. Like, absolute wimp. Which, you know, I'm fine, own it, whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got my flu injection at work the other week, and the nurse gave me, like, a little sick bowl that I did "Big Brave Boy" in big letters on, and I just paraded around, went into the finance office and was like, "Brave boy coming through."
Look at me.
Like, yeah, complete wimp. But yeah, so like, and you build it up because obviously you're like, this is amazing, and I was so excited going into it. And I had a little wobble before, and the doctor was like, sorry, you're not meant to call them doctor if they're a surgeon, it's mister, which I find weird. It's like,
Okay.
especially the first time when you go to call them doctor and they're like, no, mister. And I'm like, do I need to see your medical degree? Like, what's happening here?
Yeah.
But no, surgeons, it's mister, which is very weird.
That feels like a step back.
It does, doesn't it?
Like, gone from Mr. to Doctor, and then you've gone up a rank, but then you've gone back to Mr.
I'll take the doctor, but I'll give you a knife. It feels a bit weird. But yeah, so surgeons are misters. There you go.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I had a little wobble before because I was panicking a bit, and he was like, "Do you want to?" I was like, "No, absolutely. Like, I know that I want to." And I've never had an operation before, and came round, and like the initial looking down, seeing it, I cried. I was so happy, and then I had 2 allergic reactions to the surgical tape they used. So the first initial days, but with like reactions where like I came up with this massive rash, I was in agony, I was throwing up because of it. So the initial few days were traumatic, and then I had 2 infections as well within 3 months, and I just had this weird feeling. The only way I could describe it was feeling branded.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I think because there was an alteration, even though it's something that I've like always wanted, and now I'm very happy about. I couldn't help but shake this weird feeling, and I'm part of a couple of support groups on Facebook. If you are trans, I would recommend NATS, which is Not Annoying Trans Support.
Okay.
It's great. You still get some annoying people on there, but
Well,
no, but it's a lovely space.
Yeah.
That's a really good one. But I remember posting and being like, did anybody else struggle with this? And everyone just went, oh, you'll be fine. Like, you'll be fine. No, like, yeah, you might have a couple of days, but you'll be fine. And it didn't feel better. And then I just felt this layer of guilt over the top of struggling because I was like, did I take someone's space that would be grateful for this?
Yeah.
And I felt really alone because nobody seemed to be able to relate to how I was feeling. And I would say it was for a good 6 months, people would ask me, but you glad you got it done? And I wouldn't be able to answer them because I was like, I had to change the subject because I couldn't stop myself from being like, I don't know if I regret this or not.
Yeah, I'll get back to you. Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, like it took quite a while. But like even little things like not having to, wear a binder underneath a shirt or going in the summer and being like, wee! Like it completely was reaffirming.
Yeah.
And like I'm so happy that I had it done. I don't know if it's just like I struggle with operations in general. I don't really know. But yeah, no, really struggled with that.
Yeah. I mean, who knows, but it's no doubt it's going to be different for absolutely everyone.
Yeah.
Obviously, as you did mention as well, there's most likely a load of other mental health aspects that come into play with it. So no, there's just being confident in yourself and knowing that whatever journey that you're on is correct for you.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just because someone else might not be going through that particular journey doesn't mean that what you're going through isn't right.
No.
So,
but I said, I think that's why communication the whole way through, like be honest with yourself, be honest with other people. Like, you don't have to go around the world being like, here's my trans update. But, hear you, gather, or here's a tale for you. But, like open up to your friends. Don't, if you're feeling like you're alone in how you're feeling.
Yeah.
That's fine, but verbalize it. That will help you not feel as alone, I guess. And just lean on people for support. Do you know what I mean? Like,
100%.
I'm so lucky that I've got incredible friends in my life, incredible family, and those times where I am struggling, they're my biggest cheerleaders. When I can't cheer for myself, they're the ones that are like, right, we got you,
That's good.
Yeah.
It's lovely that you do have them.
Yeah. Incredible support network.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is the case that not everyone does, but when you do, treasure them.
Yeah.
Absolutely treasure them.
Yeah.
So yeah, going away from that and onto something a bit more light-hearted to finish off this segment of the show. One thing that I do know about you is that you're quite a collector. You do like a little bit of a collection of like I know that you've got a collection of Toy Story figurines and stuff like that. Where does all of that come from?
Most of my little collections are from when I was a kid. So the Buzz Lightyear that I've got it's named in my kitchen now, in my new flat. is my original one I got in 1995 when it came out, 94 when the first film came out. It was 95, wasn't it? The first film.
I think so.
95, 96. I don't know. Fact checkers out there, get on it.
We got
Mama Blackheart straight on it.
Got a live fact checker.
Absolutely, no fake news here, folks. I think it was 96, wasn't it? And then the second one was 98. Oh, it was 95. Okay, sorry, I'm a liar now. Sorry, guys.
We're a bunch of liars on this podcast.
I resign from my position instantly. This is my YouTube apology video. I'm sorry out there.
Yes. Thank you, James Charles.
Yeah, so I've got like my original Woody. I've got my original Buzz. I've got a collection of City and Co puppets. They're my originals from like sort of. I think I was about 2 or 3 when I got them. My figurines, a lot of them are the original ones, like Captain Scarlet, my little collection.
Wow.
All of those are from the late 90s. I did recently start rebuilding. I had my Rufio figurine from Hook, and I used to have the whole collection.
Yeah.
And then there's a really cool comic book shop in Battlesbridge. Do you ever go there?
I've been there once or twice. Yeah.
Oh, it's incredible. They're all like antique places.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a comic book shop there, and they have lots of old figurines. And so I started rebuilding my collection. But yeah, I don't know. I've always loved Toy Story. I think I grew up with it, and it's just nostalgic. So yeah, I love little figurines. I've just got I really like Captain Scarlet.
Yeah.
And I've got Captain Scarlet and Captain Black actual dolls that I got when I was, I think, 11.
Wow.
And I've just always looked after them. Apart from my Woody toy is like I don't know, it feels a bit sad to say. I took him everywhere until I was about 11. And actually, he's ripped to hell. He's from America because they were out of stock in this country. And a friend of mine from primary school, when they went to America, my mum was like, "Please find us one." So it's all got like it was all like wires and stuff.
Yeah.
Which obviously now wouldn't be safe, the ones, but they all snapped. So they've all put loads of holes in his trousers and stuff.
Geez.
And then a guy, when I was about 10, pulled the drawstring too much, and so the voice box broke, and I was inconsolable.
Yeah. Damn right.
So mum bought me a new one, and this is how much I'm like, no, don't like change. We called him Wayne. So Wayne is now on display with like my Jessie doll, my Zerg, and all that. And actual like broken Woody is like next to my bed. Yeah, he's still cool. I keep saying for my 30th, I was like, I'm gonna do one of those things and pay someone to fix him.
Yeah.
And the quote was like over £200, and I was like, maybe not.
Yeah.
So eventually, I might do it.
A little bit longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit down the road.
Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, I like to keep hold of things that are meaningful. I'm not a hoarder.
Yeah. No, I don't think there's anything wrong with nostalgia though.
No.
Especially in these trying times, you know, if you find a bit of joy in nostalgia, what's wrong with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I still like Pokemon, Robot Wars and all that. So
I was like, you've got some of the biggest collections I've seen, like your Pokemon, and then is it what pop vinyls? Is that what they're called?
Yes, I've got a load of pop vinyls in my room.
Yeah.
Load of Pokemon plushies. I've got micro pop figures just there by the side of me. Funny you should say about stuff from when you was a child. I've also got the Robot Wars minifigures there as well on display.
I'll
let you see at some point, dear viewer. But those are from when I was a child.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I collected all of them when I was a child, and then one day I just sort of, because I think I got those miniature pops, so then I was like, I've still got those in the loft. They would make a great addition to that display.
Yeah.
So I was like, Dad, can we go in the loft and dig out the
please.
Robot Wars stuff from when I was a child? So yeah, now they sit proudly in the living room. So yeah, again, I relate to you very much with that. But also quite surprised about Captain Scarlet, because that's quite an old reference. But again, I relate because that was one that I was also raised on, like Captain Scarlet Thunderbirds, purely through my parents who introduced me to it. So
yeah, I think like we were like we weren't like poor or anything.
No.
But we sort of, it's weird because I work a lot with technology, and my parents only got Sky when they were like, you can't have Freeview anymore. Like, get Sky or get a life, you know. And so like we didn't sort of, you know, we got a PlayStation. I think we got a PlayStation in like, would have been 1999 because my
Yes.
sister got Spice World the game and I got FIFA 98. So you know, it's like clearly we already know. Come on, guys.
The
let's
writing
get
was
it.
on the wall.
We knew this. We didn't get our first computer till I was about 12, I think.
Wow.
So we mainly would watch like VHSs. And so like She-Ra, for example, like I was born in 92. She-Ra was like through the 70s, she was really popular. She's still my favourite superhero. And I've still got all my DVDs. Like when I was later, I got the box set of it.
Yeah.
So dun, 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 like just it brings me joy. This is a theme tune. So things like Captain Scarlet and Thunderbirds, I used to watch a lot of that when I was younger. Button Moon, which is like more like an 80s program. I was
Wow.
obsessed with that as a kid.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's kind of where it all came from. I guess it's just like having older VHSs that we'd watch.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Yeah. But it's weird. I used to watch a lot of stuff like that, and then a lot of comedy programs. That's what I'm obsessed with, and I still have like a carry case full of box sets of different comedy series.
Yeah. And I'm guessing we're talking like proper old school ones.
Yeah, I'd say so. Probably the oldest ones I've got. Like, my dad was always obsessed with Frank Spencer.
Yeah.
So like some others do have them. I've
Yeah.
still got all that. Blackadder's still my favourite now.
Yeah.
When I moved into my new flat, I had like 3 weeks without internet, and so I was just rewatching Blackadder over and over again.
Why not?
But also, I think I grew up in a really good time for like women in comedy. So, sort of off the bat of like French and Saunders. So
100%,
things
yeah.
like Ab Fab and Vicar Dibley, I'd then go back and watch. I've still got DVDs of like their tours from the 80s.
Yeah.
Or like Victoria Woods, Julie Walters, all that kind of stuff. Grew up with all of that.
True icons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of Victoria Wood's writing is insane. And like the sketches from the 70s. There's one sketch, I tried to do it for monologue when I wanted to do a Lambda exam when I was a teenager. And they were like, you can't stop trying to bring Victoria Wood stuff.
Try and stop me.
There's a sketch she wrote where it's Julie Walters is a director for an Amdram group. And they're
Okay.
trying to put on a production of, it's a Shakespeare piece. But she's essentially giving these ridiculous notes. And it's just, I mean, Julie Walters' performance mixed with Victoria Wood's writing is just like, incredible.
To be fair, again, I don't know much about Victoria Wood's work as such, but the one that I do know is the soups, 2 soups.
Yeah, one soup and another soup. Amazing.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely
used to,
genius.
I was that kid, I was like 12, 13 years old, and I can remember going on holiday with a friend, and I spent the whole car ride. People aren't going to get this reference at all, but I was reciting Victoria Wood work. So there's this whole thing about how she calls like a washing machine helpline, and she keeps like doing the numbers wrong, and then she ends up with like, ends up talking to someone about sanitary towels, and she's like, "I've come through to the wrong thing." Like, I just remember reciting that in the car, or like reciting Jasper Carrot jokes and stuff like that. And my friends are just like, "Why is there like a 50-year-old man in the car with us?"
Yeah. Also, like, how are you retaining all of these things?
I don't. Yeah, it's like Eddie Izzard was a big influence as well.
Yeah.
So I could like recite like cake or death,
Cake or death.
and things like that. Yeah, I just constantly.
Or do you like cake or death? Okay.
Yeah. Or my favourite joke is always when it's like he's playing an instrument, the woman's going piano, piano. He's going, stop saying piano. It's a clarinet. You weird talking person. Just all those stupid jokes.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love old school comedy.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
People like Rowan Atkinson, his delivery and stuff. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
But I think that's what's influenced a lot of my drag, and I rehearse a lot of mine because I'm like, you can put together a funny mix, but it's how it's like it lands with the right timing and the right
100%.
pronunciation and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't think I'd be as funny as. Well, it sounds really big, but like, as funny as I am, if it wasn't for like growing up
You
watching
are.
stuff like that. Well, I wasn't going to say it. Well, I did say it, but
Yeah, exactly.
anyway, yeah.
It's fine. I'll back you up on it. But yes, on that note, we shall now take a short break as Joey re-quenches his mouth.
Thank you.
And we shall see you after this short little break. Bye, my loves.
Are you looking to get even more Hot House goodness into your life? Then follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with our latest news and events. Or you can visit our website at hothousedrag.co.uk to find out more and buy your tickets for our next fantastic show. See you there, my lovelies.
Hello and welcome back to the HotCast. I'm still joined on my sofa by the one and only Joey Bambino.
Still here. Sorry about that.
Yeah, he's still here. We're still allowing him on the sofa. Right, so to kick off this next part of the show, we are now going to go into a segment called Audience Questions.
Ooh. It'll just be my mum messaging me like, "Why haven't you called me?" That's gonna be the question.
Are you still drinking plenty? Yeah. I don't know what your mum sounds like, to be fair, but there we go.
Yeah.
I'm sure she sounds like a very lovely woman. So audience questions is where our lovely viewers, watchers, whoever you may be out there, get to submit questions to each of our guests. Thank you for your submissions. And I have some here for you.
Ooh.
It'd be awkward if they were for someone else, but I was
bit.
just
There was none for you, so
No.
these are some questions that we had.
So these are Estella's questions.
Yep.
Right, so the first question is from Jake, whoever that is. Best year of Southend Pride and why?
I think that's tricky because like pretty much every year you go, "Oh, that was my favourite one. Yeah, that was my favourite one." The first year will always be special because we didn't really know what we were gonna, what was gonna happen, if anyone was gonna come along, and like, we did a thing recently. I say recently, I'm lying. A couple of years ago, where someone was like, "Pride memories," and me, the chair, and the vice chair all said like exactly the same story about when Southend High Street, obviously you kind of go down the high street and then you've got where the Royal Shopping Centre is. You kind of turn and then that's our meeting point for the parade. Yeah. And we were like, maybe with like 100 people, we don't really know. And turning that corner and seeing like 1,000 people, all of us are like, that was really cool. Yeah. The first year I wasn't as involved. I ran a fringe event, which is at Kings vs Queens, which is still my favourite thing we've done. And then was just there as a performer on that first year. And I took over stage managing the second year. It was really special. Last 2024, we had Crystal come and DJ. Yes. That was really special. If people don't know, there was a bit of controversy. So there's a really horrible. Well, I mean, the actual park itself is some decent rides, but
it's a shame because the park itself is actually decent. Yeah. It's just a shame that it's run by
absolute arseholes.
Bigots.
Yeah, just scummy people. Yeah. And the first year, was it the first year? No, sorry, the second year, because I was more involved at that point. They wanted to. I'm not going to name them because I don't want to give them any advertising.
No, amen. Amen.
Sorry if I can't say that, but I did.
So, you can. It's fine. I'll just say it.
Cool. Yeah. But. Yeah, so they were like, we want to get involved with Pride. And then the moment they realised they were going to have to like either give us some money or actually do some work, not just us do it for them, they just decided to put their own event on the same day, just trying to capitalise on it because that's what they do. And obviously they have more money than we have. So they booked Crystal. And Crystal is a very good like alternative performer. Yeah. A lot of kind of like circusy stuff. Is it called an axle grinder? Is that what it's called?
The angle grinder.
Angle, thank you. I don't know where I got axle from. Angle grinder. So obviously like the metal plate and then like sparks will fly. Yeah. And it's the same routine she's done like 3 years in a row. And it's
been done on like Britain's Got Talent and
like
it's a cabaret staple, cabaret burlesque staple.
You get it at circuses, like it's just it's a thing that happens. And then the last year, so it would have been 2023, she did it, and someone filmed it and sent it into some kind of tabloid being like, this is disgusting in front of our kids, and almost named him then the guy that sort of is the top of the wankers basically went on Facebook being like, oh, we didn't know she was going to do this, like it's disgusting, this isn't for us, Pride isn't for us, blah 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 blah. And me and a team of people started going back through their Instagram and commenting and tagging them in all of the videos of him being like, oh, we love her so much, it's so amazing what she does, and suddenly things started like deleting and we're like, oh, funny this.
That's interesting.
I reached out to Crystal because I was like, I really don't want you to think this is what we're like. Like, I'm with Southend Pride, we're tolerant, we have thousands of people that come to our festival, like, they just sort of tried to. We've said so many times, stop using our name, stop using our branding. We're a small charity. We can't afford to sue
Literally.
anyone. There's nothing we can do about it, and they know that. But I didn't want her to think that's who we were as people.
No.
And I didn't expect this to happen, but she was like so wanting to support us. She put a thing on her story, being like, here's a link you can donate to the actual Southend Pride. And like we got like over £1,000 of donations within 24 hours. And then she was like, I want to come and get involved.
Yeah.
I was like, we'd love you to, but like we're such a small charity, we just don't have the money. She was like, I'll come do it for free. She had some safety concerns, but we made sure, we had someone meet her at the station. We had we arranged like a separate area for her backstage. We were like, we're going to do everything we can to protect you because it just means a lot you being here.
Yeah.
And just hearing her speech about inclusion, and obviously you were there.
I opened for her.
You did, because I remember, because I think you'd had like a later in the day slot the year before, and obviously we have like a peak time, and we try and like spread out our performers. And I remember you messaging me being like, "Can I go a bit earlier?" And I was like, "Before you ask me that question and I answer you, are you sure?" And you're like, "That's fine."
That's fine. I can open for Crystal.
Because of the safety aspect, we made the decision we weren't going to announce it in advance.
Yeah,
because she said it's the only city that she's received like unaliving threats.
Yes.
And so she obviously, safety was her main concern. And I was like, obviously from a business point of view, it would be great for us to promote that we've got a drag race girl. However, that's secondary. We care about the people, want to make sure that people are safe.
Amen. Yeah.
So we only announced it, I think, like 3 days before the festival because we wanted to make sure that she was safe.
No, exactly.
And I stand by that was the right decision.
Yeah.
Because people were like, well, why didn't we know we would have come along? And it's like, but you should want to come along because it's Pride. Like,
exactly.
But yeah, like I said, every single year is always fantastic. That will be a standout one for me.
Yeah.
Not just because we were like, we've got a celebrity. Like Jordan Gray regularly performs for us.
Them.
Incredible.
Love
the
them.
first year she did it, because we were so skint, she did it for a crate of Dr. Pepper.
Work.
Like, because she just loves getting involved with it. So it wasn't just being like, we've got a drag race girl, quick everybody. It was more about the message and being like, she trusted us so much that she'd return to a town that had a horrible memory attached to it. Because, I mean, she's like the most punk rock, queen
100%.
ever. Just, how she uses her words and how she stands up for people is just insane. And so it was an honour.
The work that she's been doing lately in the courts.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking incredible.
Or like the segments she's been having. She's been doing a lot of like sort of morning TV shows.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just like in awe of her. And it was just such an honour to have her as part of Pride. Like if we had the money, I'd love to be able to invite her back. But, unfortunately it's not a thing we can do right now. But yeah, so that's, that would be one of my standouts.
Lovely. Right. Our next question comes from Anonymous.
Okay.
How was it judging at the Hot Shots competition?
Oh, I had so much fun. It was such a good time. Yeah, I think I'm quite lucky. I'm quite quick at wit.
Yes.
And so I was just having a great time thinking up jokes as they were performing.
Yeah, and I think you definitely had to have a lot of wit that year because that was the eventful season 2.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, you can go back through our stuff and you'll see why.
And you know what, a bit of back, like, behind the scenes tea is me and Estella were sat next to each other, and we having a little bit of a giggle every so often.
Yeah.
But like we obviously it's hard when someone is kind of flailing a little bit, because the instinct, as a terrible human being I am, is to go, you suck. But the whole point is you want people to grow.
Exactly.
And so you have to find a fine line between taking the mickey a bit and also giving like constructive feedback.
Yeah, exactly.
There was one in particular where there was like, all of us were like, what do we say? And I squeezed Estella's hand and was like, I'll start, don't worry. And was very proud of sort of the words that came out of my mouth. I don't know where that came from, but it was very encouraging. And then obviously, all the sort of shit kicked off after that, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
But no, I had a great time. It's great. Someone after was like, is this your job? Do you just go around like judging people? And I was like, well, not my job, but I do go around judging people.
No, exactly. It's a hobby.
Yeah, but no, I had a great time. And like, I've known Estella since like 2018.
Wow.
So like, it was just lovely getting to sort of sit and bitch with her.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I had a great time.
Sort of also a bit like for both of you, like, look, Mara made it, sort of.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
Look,
yeah.
we're now both judging people
It's something-
professionally.
It's something I'd love to do again.
Mm.
Well, obviously, I'm aware that like we've got loads of talented performers, and I wouldn't want to be like, no. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone deserves a chance to do it. But you know, if you ever need a sassy little boy bitch, then you know, hit me up. I guess.
Always.
So,
I mean, you know that I always hit you up for the role of shit crew anyway. So.
Oh, mate, I love it. Me and Louis were messaging. Well, I'd forgotten to message. I think he'd messaged me when I was moving and just stress, like, just forgot to reply. And then it hit me yesterday when you started sending the artwork. I was like, fuck. So I've come up with some really stupid ideas because it's me. And I've sent Louis like a long list of things. I'm not going to give away.
Wait.
I might tell you something later, but not like on here. I don't want to give it away.
No, and to be fair, I wouldn't mind if you didn't tell me because, again, and we were talking about this just the other night, but having both of you two together, that is going to be a real test for my improv skills. And I don't get to flex them normally, so...
I kind of, it sounds a bit mean, I quite enjoy putting you on the spot and being like,
No,
come on, come match me, come match me. Like,
Again, it gives me, I don't know, a bit of a joie de vivre as a performer, that there is something that I'm not, especially as the bitch that puts the whole show together.
yeah.
I know how everything's going to go. So when there are actual moments where I do get genuinely surprised, like a certain video that I didn't expect for our 3-year anniversary, stuff like that, it does give me a little bit of a, oh my God, like, oh, this is fun.
My favourite moment of like us on stage together. I mean, don't get me wrong, like the lip sync was really funny.
Yeah.
And I will say, just, sidetrack before I say about my favourite moment with you. Like I said, I don't lip sync, and it's not like a lack of confidence thing.
Yeah.
But like me trying to be like, yeah, sexy, all of that. Mate, I'm sexy in different ways. Like,
Amen.
I'm not the person that can just lip sync to one song.
No.
It's not me. And so obviously you're doing the lip sync thing, and I wanted to be involved because I've been involved with Hot House for so long now. So I was like, how can I? Then that's when I messaged you being like, could I do like this stupid thing? And obviously you're just like, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that was like great fun. But for me and you, my favourite thing was after my emu act. And we just I know I felt bad that I was like, I'm hogging this now. But I had so much fun with us just like bantering.
I love shit like that though. Yeah. Just banter, just on the mics, just being stupid. I love it. I love any moments to just be a clown and stupid. And, because everything's so serious, especially with drag nowadays, which is ridiculous to say.
Yeah.
Because we're all literally tits in wigs. But yeah, there is an aspect of it that has become so serious. So to literally just fool around.
Yeah.
I love it.
I do sometimes get a little bit paranoid in those moments that like I might be hogging or like over talking people. Feel free to give me a tap if that ever happens. Cause...
Oh, it's just in those events I'll just get Jake to get the cane and drag you off. But
hose me down.
No, I mean you've been good so far, so it's fine. So our next question comes from Sky. Is there anything from your transition which has benefited your drag?
I would say I think my transitions benefited from drag.
Yeah.
Because I remember being really young when I was first like, I'm a real boy. Like doing my Pinocchio like. And I kind of quashed that down for a long time. And it was through doing drag and getting to play with gender. Because believe it or not, before I came out, I was very feminine. Lots of makeup, dresses, stuff like that. Still like short hair, and I, had my moments, but
no, I have seen some of those photos.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I'm not being funny, like I would. Do you know what I mean? I was fit. But like, it was through playing with drag, being called a boy's name, being like he himmed.
Yeah.
That it started that shit. Yeah, no, this is what I want to do. And I think through transitioning, I think that's part of what has made me not as focused about makeup, because it's more that it's a character. It's not like I'm not dressing up like a man. I am a man.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I think it's just in general just gave me more confidence and allowed me to kind of, like I said, it is a character.
Yeah.
But it's based on me, if that makes sense.
Yes.
It's just an exaggerated version. So I think with becoming more secure in who I was, I think that did help my drag.
100%.
But like I said, I would always say that, drag assisted my transition more than my transitions like assisting my drag, if that makes sense.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Our next question comes from another anonymous. Rate your performances from first to last. Little, Gerald, Woody, American Pie.
So, can I just say, right, because obviously you theme each event, and at first, it used to make me panic, and I'd be like, oh, for fuck's sake, I've got to write new act. But actually, I love it now, because, don't get me wrong, there's like some themes where I'm like, I just can't connect with that one.
I mean, to be fair, same, and I'm the one that puts them on.
Yeah.
So.
But some of them I'm like, yeah, definitely. Little, it's weird because that's obviously a bunch of like reveals.
Yeah.
But it's my most requested one. Like people will want to see it over and over again.
Yeah.
Do you remember Dillick that used to work at
Yes,
Mercury Theatre?
yeah.
Like every single time she'd be like, are you doing Little? And I'm like, you've seen this 5 times. Like, it's not funny anymore.
Again.
So Lidl will always be like a special one to me because, and when it first started, it was completely unpolished.
Yeah.
It was trying to be like a literal lip sync, and then I just bought some bags out, and then it grew and grew and grew. People still keep buying me Lidl stuff, and I'm like, I've literally got a rucksack full of Lidl stuff. I've got bucket hats, I've got t-shirts, I've got like 2 pairs of trainers.
So that little clothing drop, I imagine, would that was your whole drag wardrobe sorted, really.
I actually tried to get sponsored by Lidl. I kept like
Work.
messaging them, and then I was like, I'm just going to turn up at stores and start singing it, and you know,
that's how you get the gigs.
That's how you get a restraining order.
Yeah.
So Lidl will always be special. American Pie is probably my new favourite.
Yeah.
Because it's so ridiculous. Even for me, it's stupid jokes.
Yeah.
I don't know where Dora the Explorer came into that. I don't know when that happened in my brain, but when this is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And then like just the whole I don't know how some of the jokes come up. Like reenacting Dirty Dancing with a pie. I don't know where that came from. I was just like, that needs to happen.
But it's genius.
Yeah, it's just bizarre. And that's the thing. Whenever I do an act, people were like, "How the fuck did you come up with that?"
Yeah.
They always start with a stupid idea. There's one stupid joke, and then I build it around it. So, and obviously it's not in the rankings, but like Hannibal.
Yeah.
Was one of the first proper comedy routines that I wrote. And it started because of that one joke with Prince Kiss, with the extra time in your kiss. That was the joke. And I was like, that's funny. I need to build an act around it.
Yeah.
So it'll always start with one joke. And I think with American Pie, it was that it'd be really funny to reenact Dirty Dancing with a pie.
Yeah.
And then it grew from there. Woody is probably my most... I've only done that one once. Obviously for the... Was it movie night in the end? Yeah, it was movie night.
Yeah,
because originally, my America act was going to be about the orange twat face. And then I was like, I don't feel comfortable doing that.
No.
So American Pie was going to be movies, and I went, no, I'll move that to the American one. So, but yeah, Woody I've only done once, and it's probably the closest of mine that is like a traditional, I'm going to strip and lip sync.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to do it a year ago. I lost quite a bit of weight, so I feel better in my body now. So I'm like, okay, now I can do all this sex attack.
Yeah.
And just an excuse to gyrate on Mama Blackheart, do you know what I mean? That is why I write acts. I'm like, at what point can I gyrate on Mama Blackheart?
At this point, I think that's basically what goes through most of the performers' heads.
Yeah.
It's either Mama Blackheart, Papa Blackheart, or Jake.
Yeah.
Very rarely is it me. Interesting, that.
To be fair, I have like bent my ass in front of your dad's face, like when it was the last lip sync.
Yeah.
And then I was aware that I hadn't quite put the ball low enough, and I was like, oh no, it's probably a lot of uncomfortable feelings right now. And then I just
We're
felt
all
really
family,
bad.
it's fine.
But yeah, so, and Gerald is just, I do love that act. It's
iconic.
one of my few family-friendly acts as well.
Yes, yeah.
So, if I was to rank them, because I've only done Toy Story once, I think that's probably the one I'd put lowest.
Okay.
Some of the jokes I don't think quite work.
Right.
I've only done it once, so I need to refine some
Exactly,
of it, I think.
yeah. It takes time.
Yeah. That one only started because of the "you've got a friend in me" joke. Do you know what I mean?
There we
Buzz
go.
Lightyear got a friend in me. Just gross. Absolutely gross. I've ruined Toy Story for myself. Then I'm going to put Little in the middle. Little in the middle. Like the middle aisle.
There we go.
Because it's dear to me, because I've done that one for a long time now.
Yeah.
And I still really love the reaction I get. But Gerald, I think, is my new favourite because of, like, it's one I can actually sing still. And it's like I said, it's my only family friendly one. So like I've done that 3 times now. I did that one at Basildon Pride, and it went down great there. But I did it at Dragonfly Lounge a little while ago, and because the traffic was awful and I was like thirst on, I didn't inflate the balloon that's in Gerald's head, and I was like, Gerald will be fine. He'll make do. And then like just had to sort of like I was like awkwardly like limboing forward throughout the routine because he's just going fucking mental. But yeah,
Oh god.
and I've now in my new flat I've got a little like drag cupboard, and Gerald is just right at the top, just staring at me every time I open it. It's really funny.
With both like red eyes, just
yeah, he's a meth head that Gerald. But I'm amazed he's still in one piece, to be honest.
It's amazing what you can do with some sticky back plastic.
It's just paper mache and despair is what's keeping him together. So.
I mean, that was the Blue Peter way.
Absolutely,
so there we go. Our next question comes from Emma. This is probably going to cause you to spiral a little bit.
Okay.
Favourite musical theatre show and why?
Oh, God. Right. But that's a hard question because there's loads of different types of musicals.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? I've got a couple for different reasons. Book of Mormon is my favourite because it's so funny. And it's one of those where, like, not all the jokes are in the songs. Have you seen Avenue Q?
Not in person. I've seen various clips, and I regularly had the "If You Were Gay" one sung at me in secondary school.
So Avenue Q is really, really funny.
Yeah.
I devoured the soundtrack, and then it was still funny, but most of the jokes were in the songs. Whereas Book of Mormon devoured I always listen to the albums over and over again. There's only been a couple of times I've gone to a show knowing nothing about it. But the writing is so funny in the scenes.
Yes.
And it's like the hypocrisy of it all. Like, it's just really, really funny.
No, it is hilarious.
My favourite in terms of, like... The one I've seen the most is Blood Brothers. I've seen it 5 times.
Okay.
And apart from the last time I saw it, I always cry at the ending.
Yeah.
And it's only because the last time I saw it, right before the really tense bit at the end, because it's building, and there's like a really traumatic thing that happens right at the end that makes you just go, oh, my heart, oh, my God. Just before that section, as the tension's building, someone felt a little bit faint. And her friend stood up going, help, help. Me and my friend still take the mickey. We're like, help, help, somebody help. But we made it sound like someone had a heart attack and died. So they had to do a show stop. But she literally just like felt a bit lightheaded, had a sip of a lemonade and was fine. And then the actors had to like restart, but from that point. So then it was like, well, all the emotions out of this now. I felt so bad for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say they're probably my favourite 2. And then just for a camp old time, Legally Blonde.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. But yeah, they're my favourite as like a viewer.
Right,
musical theatre. Whereas my favourite being in, I don't know if you can. Did you come to see Wedding Singer?
We did indeed.
Yeah, like
iconic.
It's like people don't really know that show. They know obviously like they understand the film.
Yeah.
The musical is so much funnier than the film.
Yeah.
I remember loving the film, and then I watched there's a slime tutorial on YouTube that I watched because when they said we were doing it, I was like, oh really? Watched it and was like, this is so fucking funny. Watched the film again and was like, no, the musical's ruined it for me now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my favourite to be in. So if you haven't seen Wedding Singer, see it because it's so funny. Ridiculous.
Yeah, no, the musical version is way beyond the movie version.
Yeah.
As most things are, to be fair.
I had to play the trumpet in it. And because they were like, you remember this? Yeah.
Yes.
Because they were like, it's funnier if you don't know how to play it. I only got the trumpet 2 weeks before. And it was a lot of like, my downstairs neighbour used to moan about like walking too much. So I'd literally have a duvet stuffed and I would push the trumpet into the duvet and just try and make noise through it. And it was just, yeah.
That's one way to muffle.
Yeah, it was, I mean, you saw the result on stage. It
worked.
Yeah, it is what it was. I got to rap with a woman that was like, that woman, Steph, she was like mid-60s and she's like getting down on the floor and I'm like gyrating on top of her and all this. So it's incredible. So much fun.
Like being back with Mama Blackheart.
I know,
really.
right?
Yeah,
literally. Yeah. That's what inspired it. It's like, oh.
Our next question comes from Anonymous, and we did kind of touch on this already a little bit. Where do you get inspiration for such wacky, brackets, but great ideas?
I don't really know where they come from.
Yeah.
My friend asked me this. Actually, loads of my close friends now haven't seen me do drag. They've only seen clips of it.
Yeah.
for various reasons.
Yeah.
But yeah, my friend Joey the other day, he was like, I don't understand how you come up with these things. And I was like, neither do I. I don't really know where they come from. I'll just think of, like I said, it starts with one stupid idea, and then I'll somehow just build an act. And a lot of the time, it's pressure that helps.
Yes.
Because if I work on something over a long period of time, you overthink it, and then you sort of you're just not in it. Whereas, like, even my Toy Story one, I wrote that in one night.
Yeah.
Because my friend commented, actually, we went on holiday together once, and like he'd say something, and there'd be a word he would say, and then I'd start singing a song because I thought it was funny, like surrounding that word, and he fucking hated it. So like 3 days into holiday, he was like, "Stop that immediately."
The stim.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll for Hannibal as well. I watched a couple of clips on YouTube. There'd be something that was said, and I'd be like, "It'd be really funny if that song was in that."
Yeah.
Toy Story, I literally just watched the films, and I'd stop it and go, "That'd be quite funny to do something with." So yeah, like I said, there's not. I think growing up watching comedians and watching sitcoms and stuff like that, it's just, I don't know. That's just, I guess, shaped how my brain works.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just try and find the funny in everything.
There we go.
Like sometimes it's like too soon, or like that was inappropriate to the situation. But
I kind of like that humour though.
oh no,
personally.
Yeah. But yeah, my mum doesn't come to my drag shows anymore because she says I'm very talented, but I do too many dick jokes. And I'm like, that's fair. That's a fair review, to be honest.
Yeah. To be fair, it's a good thing Mama B doesn't have that rule with me, because otherwise she'd never come to another Hot House show.
Anything ever again. But yeah, I can't really give you a solid answer.
Yeah, no, that's fair. To be fair.
Yeah, and it's not just like, it's not sort of like, what am I trying to say? Like I said, it started with a stupid joke, but I wouldn't, like, if I'm not happy with something, it won't go out.
Yeah.
You know, I've got that gay pride act that I do. I think I've only done it once at Hot House.
Yes.
The one with the dinosaur in it.
Yeah.
But, you know, of course, there's a dinosaur.
Of course, there's a dinosaur involved.
It's because of it's in Mean Girls, isn't it? When it's like, to hunt the dinosaurs and the homosexuals, and then it just come out to Jurassic Park, and then I'm like, "Whoa, I'll claw your eyes out." I did that because I was listening to some Elvis one day, and Jailhouse Rock. No, I wasn't. I'm telling a lie. I'm always lying, apparently.
We're perpetual liars.
There was a clip I saw online that was like one of those where it's like homophobe shut down kind of thing.
Yes, yeah.
And it was a guy on an American talk show, and the clip was just a host going, "So you think being gay is a choice?" He goes, "Absolutely. What makes you think that?" Well, look at men going into prison. You know, they go in straight and they come out gay. What happened there? And so I put Jailhouse Rock in, and it was just, "Everybody, let's bum." I just thought that'd be really funny. And I tried to build an act around it for 2 years, and I couldn't think of anything. Like, nothing was working.
Yeah.
And then I heard, I think I was rewatching some Family Guy. A lot of my clips are from Family Guy.
Yeah.
And there was the thing about Ryan Reynolds when he's like, "I'm attracted to you in the same way a man's attracted to a woman, but I'm not gay." And I was like, okay, I've got some ideas now.
There we go.
Do you know what I mean? I won't just put it out for the sake of putting it out. I've got to be happy with it.
No, exactly.
And even then, I'll workshop it. There's things that I will still change. My TV themes act, that's about 3 songs come out of it and been replaced and that. Like,
no, it definitely happens. That's how you develop the good acts.
Yeah.
It's through performing more, trial and error, and literally that sense of, that is such a stupid idea that's just come to my brain. Let's evolve on that.
Yeah.
That's literally what I just did this at the last Christmas shows. That was my Madonna act.
Yeah.
Because literally it was that quick on the spot. Right, I need to think of a new act, because what I was going to do, it's a long story. I could no longer sort of really do it and make sense. So I was like, right, shit, I need another Christmas act quick. And as happens in our family, once we're near water, that's when the ideas hit us for some reason. No idea why.
Okay.
Yep. In the shower, on the toilet, wherever.
Together. You're just in the shower together.
Yeah,
that's here's the idea.
Yeah, that's where we generate ideas. One of us is on the toilet, the other one's in the shower, and we're just like, right, so about this.
It's like some weird, like, watery version of Ghost. You're
yes,
just,
yeah.
Rowing the soap together. Like,
yeah, no, it's for some reason it's just near water.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I just had this idea of, like, the Virgin Mary is often is the Madonna. What if the very Virgin Mary was Madonna the pop star.
Yeah.
It's just that. It's that stupid chain of thought
Yeah.
that just snowballs into.
So my favorite, obviously, I always lean to the comedy stuff. My favorite act that I've seen you do is your something stupid act.
Thank you.
Because it's like because the whole point is something stupid and then putting the memes in. I love it, and it's that thing. I think it's the same as like Lidl.
Yeah.
You know, there's a reveal coming. You know, there's a joke coming, but it's almost like that Rocky Horror, like say it moment.
Yeah.
You're waiting for what the joke's gonna be.
No, to be fair, I not performed that in so long. I did
Yeah.
it the other night at Dragonfly.
Right.
Time of recording, that was like my last gig of the year, and I'd forgotten how much I loved doing it.
Yeah.
And it was, again, one of those where even I hadn't done it in probably over a year, the moment that music comes on, you sort of go into auto mode and you're just like, you're just doing it automatically and you can just perform it but thinking about other stuff.
Yeah.
And you know that you're still, like, the body's still doing what it needs to do, but the brain is elsewhere.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones, so...
That's like me with my Tinder act.
Yeah.
I normally whack that out if I do a Valentine's gig.
Yeah.
Or just randomly. I haven't done that one in a really long time, but that's one that as soon as it comes on, I just like know.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was probably my first like big dick joke. Like ends with me wanking to Here I Go Again. So.
See, you could be seeing all of this at Hot House if you all can, if you haven't been. Right, and on to our last audience question. And this one is from Ryan. Excuse me, I'm going to burp.
That's Ryan's surname. Just burp. Nice, good.
I am so very sorry.
Are you allergic to Ryan? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, screw you, Ryan.
Yeah. Go fuck yourself, Ryan.
So, yeah, like I said, this is from Ryan. I'm going to need to pass this one to you because it's more of a request.
More of a request.
I don't know why.
No, I can't. No,
I don't know why Ryan asked this, but they did.
I don't really do impressions, but I can try. I just think of Alaska when I think of this.
Yeah, same.
Hang on a sec. What is wrong with you, Ryan? Who hurt you? What's going on? Vindictive little bitch. You've got to do like that. Oh, haven't you? Joey Bambino balloons burst beautifully beneath the big blue sky. That's as much as you're getting from me. That sounded a little bit more like a Cher kind of.
A little bit, but
sorry that I'm not good with my divas. Right, kill.
You're asking a king to be a diva.
Are you satisfied, Ryan? Are you happy with yourself?
There we go. Hope you're satisfied with your life choices. And speaking of satisfied, you'll be glad to know that's the end of audience questions.
Oh.
I know, but don't worry, the questions do not stop because we now go on to the hot seat.
Dun, dun, dun. That's probably not the right theme.
No, but we'll stick with it.
What kind of theme? Was this like a tense thing? Is this like a mastermind, or is this
it's
kind of thing?
Well, the hot seat,
right? Okay,
is a rapid fire round.
Okay,
I'm going to ask you a series of questions. All I need you to do is answer with the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay,
doesn't matter what it is.
Okay, this is non-ramble mode activated.
There we go.
Cool, good.
Right. So, question number 1.
Yeah.
What is your favourite word?
Baffled.
Lovely.
Not enough people say it.
Yeah, very true. Yeah. What is your least favourite word?
Toblerone. As soon as they're mentioned, I'm annoyed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Controversial.
Yeah.
They must love you going through duty free.
Oh, absolutely.
What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
What turns me on like spiritually? I'm the least spiritual person. I'm so cynical in the world.
Fair enough.
But ridicule. It's people that can ridicule themselves.
Yeah.
People that can like rip the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
And know it's just in like good humour.
Right.
As soon as you've got a good sense of humour, I'm like, yes, absolutely.
That's a good one. In the same regard, what turns you off?
Pretentious bastards. Wanky people that are like, yeah. No, shut up.
Yes. No, I completely get the art here, yes.
Yeah.
What sound or noise do you love?
What sound or noise do I love? Do you know what, as soon as I hear, are you a gamer?
Yes, yeah.
So
somewhat.
as soon as I hear dun 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 dun,
Remind me what that's from.
Fallout.
Fallout's one of those. Right. I'm a gamer in the sense that I love casual games, but
Okay.
stuff like Fallout,
Mhm.
I've never played,
Okay.
but I love reading the lore
Okay.
of it.
Yeah.
It's the same with BioShock, Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, I'm much more of like a lore person with
Okay.
those sorts of games. So don't know the sound, but
Okay. Have
I-
you watched the series?
not yet.
Series 2 starts tomorrow.
I know I desperately want to watch it, but it's tough to try and get TV time in this household. So
You're fighting over it.
I know they're both on their phones now. They don't care. Bloody kids always on their phones.
Leave today.
I know. What sound or noise do you hate?
Idiots talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Protesters outside Southend Pride.
Yeah, I think. Oh no, I know. It's a word.
Yeah.
As soon as someone goes, "Oh, woke," that's what I hate. Shut up.
There we go.
If you're being nice, like just being nice. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
I think in another world, would have been quite good at advertising or something like that. Because I'm quite good
Yeah.
at coming up with like little stupid slogans and that.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
But I wouldn't want to be like Chandler, where he's like, bread, because you need to eat cheese with something, or like whatever the quote
Yeah.
is. I don't know. Like, I would worry I'd go into that mode. But
Yeah, too literal.
yeah.
What profession would you not like to do?
Like work in a nursery or like childcare
Yeah.
or
Same.
banking. I'm like basically
Yeah.
young kids or like people that are just like just all that money.
Yeah.
Like absolutely not. No.
Yeah. And the final question: if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
In like a more serious mode, you know, like that rant Stephen Fry does, where he's like, "How dare you?"
Yeah.
That's how I feel a little bit
Yeah.
with like religion and stuff like that.
Yeah. Same.
But in a more light-hearted way, I want to be like, "Here's your Chinese buffet." Like, just that's what I mean. Buffets are amazing.
Yes.
I'm a picker with food. I like a little bit of everything.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just get all the flavours. Get all the bit of everything.
Yep, absolutely.
Right. And that was the hot seat.
With the theme we didn't come up with. There you go.
we
That's
go.
your ending theme.
Woo! Thank you so much for joining me on the sofa today.
Thank
It's
you.
been
It's been a nice.
it's been yeah.
I mean, there's all this space between us, but
know,
you
it's-
know. Whew.
Oh, the electricity coursing through my body right now.
It's awesome.
I got chills and they're multiplying.
Wow.
There we go.
Cool. Good.
Yeah.
I'm proud of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even like Grease, not gonna lie. I can't stand
It
it.
is the basic bitch of musicals, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't get on board with it.
No, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Greatest Showman. I feel like that's quite a basic bitch.
Yeah,
show.
I feel like that one, that really got to the point where it's like beating the dead horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High School Musical as well. Basically, anything that it's like, if someone that doesn't like musicals, or someone that's like, yeah, I like musicals. Oh yeah, I love that High School Musical. I'm like, no, you don't like musicals.
No.
Shut up.
No, don't
Just
talk,
because you've got Disney Channel doesn't mean you like musicals.
yeah, don't talk to me until you've seen Cabaret, Moulin Rouge, Kinky Boots. I'm just going through our favourites now, really.
Some good choices.
Thank you. To be fair, Moulin Rouge is our favourite. It used to be Kinky Boots for a long time. Yeah, about level pegging.
Well, bit of pegging. I don't need to know about that.
There we
Fine.
go.
But you know what? Controversial. Moulin Rouge, right?
Hmm.
I love the film. I haven't seen the musical because I listened to the soundtrack the first day it came out, and I've got a bit of a problem with like more modern day pop jukebox musicals. It just
Okay.
comes across as really cheesy to me, and I was gutted that they changed so many of them.
Yeah.
I haven't been to see it. I've
I-
heard it's
yeah,
a big
I can get that.
spectacle, and I can appreciate the costumes and like the
Yeah.
like theatrics of it. Can't get behind the soundtrack.
Fair enough.
So
No, each to their own.
Yeah.
Whereas, no surprise to anyone, but when Backstage Romance started in Act 2, I lost my shit.
to be fair, that is quite a good song.
Oh.
That's one of the only ones that I like.
Literally, I was enthralled by the whole show.
Mm.
It got to the interval, and obviously it's jukebox musical, and I leant over to Mama B and I said, right, the only thing that's going to make this whole experience any better is if they do Gaga. Act 2 starts, they start doing Bad Romance. I just
You were like,
raptured.
I'm here. I'm
I
good.
raptured.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. From that moment, they knew.
Did you go see? Sorry, I know
That's all right.
I'm hunching. Did you go see Burlesque when that was on in London?
Yes. Yeah.
What was it like?
I really liked it, but my issue with it was they downplayed Welcome to Burlesque.
Really?
And as an avid Cher fan, and that song, granted, I don't get to do karaoke that often. I would say Welcome to Burlesque is one of my karaoke songs.
Yeah.
So when they downplayed it, I was like, okay, well, I'm having a good time, but now it's kind of been a little bit...
I'm
now looking at it through side eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gutted I didn't get to see it while it was on.
Yeah.
I didn't realise how short the run was in the end because it closed really early.
I was like that with the Diana mixtape.
Right, okay.
I really wanted to go see that, but then by the time you start hearing the great reviews and that, it was like, oh, it's done.
Yeah.
So,
Because the film plot is terrible. Like it's one of the weakest plots you've ever seen in the film.
The musical
It's
plot
about
was
air.
way better. Yeah.
But the songs were fantastic. But the only thing, obviously, like Cher is incredible, right? But
praise be.
I get really bothered by her face. Don't get me wrong, the plastic surgery is amazing. I don't understand why every celebrity in Hollywood doesn't go to Cher's plastic surgeon.
Yeah.
Because they all start forming into what I call lion face. Where it's like the cheeks get a bit puffy, the mouth gets, and it looks like they're turning into like Bertler in Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. But anyway, because she had so much work done, it barely moves. So, 1 minute she's like, oh, you want to work here, do you? And then she's going to Stanley being like, you don't get to talk to me that way. And it's like, you just...
Yeah.
And then as well, her
the
song...
club's shutting down. I'm so sad.
And her song is, incredible. But it's like they went, oh, fuck, we forgot where to put this.
Yeah.
So they're like, sorry, before you go home, love, can you just do your sound check? And then she sings, and then it's like, yeah, cool, thanks. That's what?
Oh, is that the second one? The... You haven't seen the last of me yet.
Such an incredible song.
Yeah.
And that's how they, whack it into the show.
Yeah, we'll just add it in. It's all right. Yeah.
Yeah, disgusting. But the West End cast, I said I like Legally Blonde. The girl that played that played Paulette in the original Broadway cast played Cher's part in the West End.
All right.
And I've never seen her in something live, so yeah, I was gutted that I didn't get there before it closed.
No, to be fair, she did play the part incredibly. Obviously, it was different to Cher because it's not Cher.
Yeah.
Only Cher can do Cher.
Yeah. She moved her face. What? Wow.
I know. And as much as I impersonate Cher, I'm unfortunately not Cher.
You're not?
No.
Oh, damn it.
Sometimes I wish I was. But mother, I am a rich man. Wagon wheel or two-seat. I just had to get that out there now. But yeah, it was... Open the can of worms now. We'll move on past it. And we go to our final segment, which is happy endings.
Oi, oi.
Oi, oi. Oi.
I got offered a happy ending once. Have I told you about this?
No.
Oh my god. I went for a massage and my friends say that it's my own fault for not realising the name. But yeah. Anyway, I booked a massage at a place I hadn't been before.
Okay.
That's not too far from where I live. And I was like, I lay down on the table and the woman's doing my back and she's being very complimentary of my tattoos that are dog shit. So when she's being like, oh, these are beautiful, I'm like, you're lying, shut up.
Lying for your
She's
teeth.
like, no, pretty. I'm like, you don't need to do that,
Yeah.
it's fine. And then she got on top of me while she was doing my back. And I was a bit like, okay, maybe that's just how she does this. And then I was very aware it felt like she was grinding into my arse. And I was like, I'm going to think the best. Maybe she's that's just how she's putting pressure, whatever. And then she was doing the rest of my body. And then she got back on top of me. And I was like, okay, I know this is an hour session, but you're only 25 minutes in. Why are you back on top of me? And then she leant forward and went, do you want something special? But the thing is, in my brain, because I'm being paranoid here.
Yeah.
I thought maybe she just wants to upsell me some oils or something.
That would be me.
I'm still trying to think the best of this situation.
Yeah, that'd be me.
Right? And so I just kind of went, what? sorry, what do you mean
Yeah,
exactly?
Sorry, what exactly?
And she went, do you want something special? And I was like, you're going to have to be more, like, you have to explain it a bit further than that.
Glass of Prosecco?
Yeah. But bearing in mind, she's literally like this and like leaning into me. And I don't know why at this point I still haven't gone, what is happening? And then she just sort of like she was literally in my ear doing this. And then she kind of just sat up and giggled. And she was like, you know what we do here? And I was just like, absolutely not. But as well, can you imagine if I had said yes?
Yeah.
Like, how surprising that would have been for her. Like, part of me wanted to be like, yeah, go on, love. Like, try and find a penis down there. Like,
pulls down the boxes. It falls out.
yeah.
Falls
Go
on the floor.
Get down there, love. Go on, give her that happy.
That's how relaxed I am.
I just go, here you go. You can do it on your own.
Yeah, I do with that. Have fun with that.
It's fucking weird. So weird.
No, it's not that kind of happy ending.
You got to ask Barbara. Barbara's been offered a happy ending.
That's going to be a Barbara Part 2 episode now.
You got to ask her about that.
Yep. Barbara, have fun with that. But no, happy endings in this context is where we like to finish the episode off in a light-hearted, positive way. Yeah. Which, to be fair, you kind of did anyway. But no, so for example, my one for this episode is going to be, and it's no shock horror to anyone, mine's just going to be Lady Gaga.
Yep. Solid choice.
Because Gaga is life for me.
Yeah.
Currently dressed like her. She's the reason that all of this happened. So to my parents, I say that you've got Gaga to blame for all of this. So that's my happy ending for this episode.
You know, it's a balance.
Yeah, it varies from day to day, I think. But yeah. So yes, and what would your one be for this episode?
I was thinking about that on the way here because I was like, I could get really philosophical, but because you can just be like, my friends make me happy. It's like a general, but do you know what actually makes me happy? Phone calls. Phone calls and voice notes, because people like my age and younger seem to have this thing where it's like their phone rings and they're like, what are you doing? Don't call me. I don't really like texting because I feel like your tone of voice doesn't come through on text. You can take something completely the wrong way when it's not meant like that. I've got in trouble so many times for mocking someone jokingly and they've just thought I'm having a go, and it's so stressful.
That's why I'm a very emoji heavy texter.
Yeah.
Because that's, for me, the only way I can get across, this is what I mean, this is the inflection it would be said with,
Especially if people are like doing a sentence and they put that full stop. Like...
Kill me now.
Stab me. Do you know what I mean? That would hurt less than a full stop.
Yeah.
Like...
No, please, just drop an actual missile on me right now, because that would be much more bearable than that full stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, people think I'm angry on text because I don't put kisses.
Yeah.
Like, rarely I might do it, but I don't do it because in conversation I wouldn't go, hello, are you okay? Like, I don't get the point.
I mean, I wish you would, but, you know.
Well, you know just maybe I'll just start doing that. I don't know. Jake might get a bit weirded out. I don't know.
Yeah, but after he's had, a Stella's crotch fully in his face during performances.
Yeah, to be fair, I can't
At this point, where is the line?
Yeah.
So...
No, fair enough. But yeah, no, phone calls and voice notes I really like, because just having to catch up with someone, it's having a phone call, actually speaking to somebody is so much better than text messaging. And as well, you can get distracted if you're on your phone and then you're like, oh, I've got to go do this.
Yeah.
My best friend is currently working in Morocco, and we can literally, on a weekend, we can have 5-hour phone calls, because it's just we're doing stuff in our flats or wherever, but just being able to just chat to someone, and we'll go off on tangents, and then we'll we've got to have a gossip about that, and blah, 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 blah. Just being able to hear someone's voice.
They can find you when you do your end of year review.
Yeah, I'm going to see when the last time I posted on Instagram is. I think I'm Joey Bambino Drag on Instagram.
Yes, that sounds
I have
correct.
got a YouTube channel, but I haven't uploaded on that in years.
Right.
That's all my King Me stuff and my early day Joey stuff. That's all on YouTube. Yeah, Joey Bambino Drag. That's where I'm at.
There we go.
And the last post that I did was Gerald, pretty much. Oh, no, I did one for Dragonfly Lounge. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
But yeah, it's mainly just Gerald and the odd picture. So yeah, if you want to play a game where you can guess how long it's going to be before you know if I'm alive or not on Instagram, why not come follow me,
Yeah, there we go.
Pretty much.
Fun for all the family over the festive season, even though this will come out after the festive season, but...
Well, there you go.
We'll glaze over that fact.
Hope you all got really drunk and overdosed on gravy. I don't know.
Yeah, and Yorkshire puddings.
Yeah. To be fair, not a bad overdose. I sometimes say really inappropriate things. So.
Don't we all?
Fine, good.
Yeah.
Get off your tits on gravy. That's what I meant.
There we go. Off your tits on picky bits. That's what I like to say.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Love a
Off your
picky
tits
bit.
on picky bits. Nice.
Yeah. Tesco picky bits in our family.
Tesco picky bits.
Yeah.
To be fair, they're pretty decent.
Good little party banquet. Yeah.
Do you like the festive sandwiches and stuff that they do?
Not so much. I'm not much of a festive food person.
Okay.
So every time this year comes around, I'm more just having it out of I have to. But my dream, like, Christmas dinner would just be what I have normally throughout the year.
Fair enough.
I'm one of those people. I don't care for, like, mince pies, Christmas pudding. So, like, picky bits for me is perfect because it's just bit of that, bit of that, bit of that.
I will say, not sponsored. Tesco did this festive wrap, and it's like chicken and bacon with like cranberry and spinach in it, but it's got a sage and black pepper dipping sauce.
Okay,
Oh my
that sounds
god,
good.
it is incredible. I bought one for my lunch for today.
Hmm.
I drove home and I ate it at 11:30 last night because I was like, it's too good. I can't resist it.
Nice.
So tasty. I might get one on the way home.
There we go.
Yeah.
Right, well, that's going to be Joey's plans on the way home.
Yeah.
And like I said, thank you for joining me. And thank
Thank you for
you
having me.
to all of you for listening or watching or wherever you are right now. Please be sure to follow us for our next episode. And we shall see you on said next episode.
Who you got? Who you got next episode?
On the next episode, we have got Latoya Jackson. She's going to be talking to us about her latest fitness regime.
Lovely.
And then afterwards, we've got the ghost of Marilyn Monroe, and she's going to
Yeah.
be talking to us about her hair care routine. So
Very
be
nice.
sure to
Are you,
join
Are you
us.
going to translate for her?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to be in the medium.
Going to be going, what was that, Marilyn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you like Pantene? But no, until then, we shall see you on the next episode of the HotCast. Bye, my loves.
The HotCast is a Hot House Drag UK production, hosted, produced and edited by Kenzie Blackheart. For more information, visit hothousedrag.co.uk or search for Hot House Drag UK on your chosen social media site. Thank you for listening.
How long do we do this bit for?
5 minutes
Okay,
while
cool.
the credits roll.
Da-da-da, rolling, thank this person and
Thank
that
you.
one.
It's basically the credits are just me. To be fair, it's like
There
me,
we just
guest,
there you go.
me.
You, sorry, you. That's
I mean, you can have all the credits if you want. It's fine.
yeah.
I'll make an exception for your
Just
episode.
Chief Waffler for mine.
Yeah,
That's good,
okay.
Yeah.
Chief Waffler,
I'm
perfect.
so sorry at how long I talk.
Oh, I'd rather a guest talk too much than too little.
True. True that.
Otherwise, what's the point in doing a podcast?